to this year's 123rd Army-Navy game, presented by our good friends at USAA. Sheila always has my back. I appreciate you. As always, it is a true honor for all of us in Philadelphia to host America's game. What many think is the greatest rivalry in all of sports. And those people would be right, by the way. We'll have a complete sellout on hand next Saturday, and the eyes of the nation will be on Philadelphia for this very special event. The game is a collaboration between many partners: the service academies, the city of Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles, PHL Sports, the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, all of whom work together with the game's corporate partners and our host committee to make this such a spectacular event. Guess you could say teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah. We're gonna work you guys out today. All right, to kick things off this afternoon, it is my real pleasure to welcome to the podium a Philadelphia sports legend, an icon, and an all-around great guy, Mr. Ron Jaworski.
Don, thank you very much. An icon, wow. I will say this though, I am pumped up. I'm sitting here with the coaches and the players. If you're not around people like this, you don't have a pulse. And they are so energized for this game next week. They just get everyone fired up about the game. So it's great to sit with you guys, spend time with you guys, to talk to you guys, and it's kind of a real cross-section of America right here sitting with these young people and the coach. So guys, good luck in the game on next Saturday. There are so many people I would love to thank. I'm not going to take up too much time, but this is the 123rd meeting between Army and Navy. And as I travel around the country as a former NFL player, now an analyst on network television, I always tell people, on your bucket list, you better have Army Navy. Somehow, some way, you need to have your butt at that game. It is a spectacular event, a sensational event, and you will not regret going to the Army Navy game. I've been going for years, and my grandkids who were that big when I started taking them are now that big, and one's almost bigger than me. And I make sure that they get to that event when it's in Philadelphia every year. Philadelphia is really, we come together on this game. There may be differences in a lot of ways, but we come together as a city for the Army-Navy game. It is important to us. Mayor Kenny couldn't be here, but he devotes a lot of time and energy to this event to make it happen. The Philadelphia Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie, Don Smolinski, Brian Papson sitting over here, they make a tremendous staff, to make a tremendous commitment to make this a first-class event for the city of Philadelphia, and every guest that comes to town, they're entertained in a very special way. Larry Neal, I see Larry sitting back there. Larry, I think he works about 24 hours a day. I used to say 23, but now it's about 24 hours a day. Larry and his staff at the Philadelphia Visitors Convention Bureau and Sports Congress do an absolutely amazing job. So thank you so much, Larry, that you and for the job that you and your team do. I'm about football. That's what I did for 24 years. I played football. 25 years actually. I'm getting old. 17 years in the NFL, 4 years at Youngstown State University, 4 years at Lackawanna High School. Let's see, at 17, 21, 25 years of playing football. I love the game. I love the game, and I love being an ambassador for the game and representing these young men and these coaches for what they do for their teams. And I'm looking forward to a very exciting game next week. I know it will be, and Philadelphia is so honored to host this game once again. We would love to have more, but we understand. We always want to be in the mix. This is a great, great football town. It's a fantastic sports town, and we want to welcome you to Philadelphia, and let's have a great game. Coaches, players, congratulations, and good luck next Saturday. Love you all.
Thank you, Jaws. If only Ron were any good at public speaking. Now, without further ado, it is my sincere pleasure to introduce our great city representative for Philadelphia. Please welcome the amazing Miss Sheila Hess.
Thank you so much, Don. Well, good afternoon, everyone. As Don had mentioned, my name is Sheila Hess, and I'm so proud and honored to serve as Philadelphia City Representative. And I always do have your back, Don, don't you worry. But I want to give a special shout out to the icon, our one and only Ron Jaworski, who's always the best ambassador besides me for our city, yes. And it is such a pleasure to be able to be here on behalf of Mayor Kenny to welcome home, right? Yeah. The academies and the iconic 123rd Army Navy game back to the great city of Philadelphia. As you heard Ron mention, the mayor was extremely disappointed not to be able to join everyone today. We did recently have a death with one of our Philadelphia firefighters, so he is at that funeral. So instead, you get me, so I'm excited to be here. Truly, it is always Philadelphia's incredible honor to host our Army Navy and show the 50,000 fans from all over the country who are part of our nation's proud military family, all about what the city of brotherly and sisterly love is. We could not be more thrilled to welcome you back. And after all, Philadelphia is where it all started, with the Army and Navy each forming in 1775 to protect the colonies and later fight for our independence. The big 250th anniversary is getting really close, and we can't wait for the celebration here. And well, it's always so exciting to see everyone just walking down the streets of the city, all over, dining in the restaurants, at the bars, hotels. There's so much energy in our city, and it's all coming back next weekend. They'll be wearing their team swag, whatever team it is, showing off their pride in their branch of the military, whether it's Army or Navy. It's just an absolute joy to watch everyone showing up for their teams and for each other. So I must mention how very grateful for the academies we are for your partnership. And of course, I'd like to recognize the athletic directors, Chet Gladchuk and Mike Buddy, and their coaching staffs for their partnership and their amazing leadership around this game. It's just a national treasure, and they treat it like gold, which we need to applaud them for. Yeah. Dear friend Don Smolensky and Jeffrey Lurie and everyone at the Philadelphia Eagles organization for the tremendous job that they do in hosting this game, but also hosting today's luncheon. Thank you, Don. Always above and beyond. And of course, I have to mention, fly Eagles fly, right? Eagles 10-1, right? This is amazing. So awesome, and we are so proud. Our dear friend Greg Karen and Larry Needle from the Philadelphia Convention Visitors Bureau and PHL Sports for their wonderful leadership, but helping Philadelphia with winning the bid, not football, but it is football, right? I guess how you look at it. The FIFA World Cup in 2026, the nation's first World Heritage City here in Philadelphia. And this is Greg's first time managing this side of the Army-Navy weekend here in Philadelphia. And I know it's special, and I want to give a shout out to Karen Buchholz, who is our new chair for PCB and a wonderful friend and the executive at Comcast. Thank you, Karen. Ron Maples and Skip Didman, thank you for all that you've done during the many years as the best co-chairs ever of the Army-Navy Host Committee. You're wonderful, and we love your friendly rivalry, right? It is friendly, I believe, yes. And a very special thank you to our fantastic team at the city, my colleagues that helps to make the Army-Navy game such a success, all of our police, our fire, our EMS, my team from the Office of City Representative, Margaret Hughes, who is here, our wonderful friends from the Office of Special Events led by Giselle Jones, and so many others that really make this possible here in our city. So at this time, what we're all waiting for, I am absolutely honored to bring up the team captains from both teams and present each of them with an official Liberty Bell on behalf of Mayor Jim Kenny and the City of Philadelphia. So gentlemen, we thank you for your leadership, for your service, and for the example that you set for all of us. And on behalf of all Philadelphians, we want you to enjoy this special token of our city's gratitude as a lasting memory and an experience of the game that you will play next weekend. I'm going to present the bells, and I just want to say that best of luck to both teams. I hope Can both teams win? I don't know. We're just saying we're so excited to see everyone next weekend in our wonderful city of Philadelphia as we are proud to host the 123rd Army-Navy game, the nation's most iconic rivalry, here at Lincoln Financial Field. And we welcome all the viewers who will be tuning in to CBS3 from around the country who can watch every single live shot. Thank you, God bless, happy and healthy holidays. Go Army, go Navy. Now, I'd like to present Liberty Bells to the Navy, and I'm going to present them to John Marshall, Bijan Nichols, and Kip Franklin. And up next for the Army, I have Markwell Broughton and Connor Bishop.
All right, thank you, Sheila. Congratulations, guys, on your bells.
And they ring too.
And they ring, okay, there we go. It's a nice added bonus. We are delighted to have a number of friends from the game's presenting sponsor, USAA, with us here today. USAA has demonstrated an incredible commitment to this event as the game's presenting sponsor since 2009. USAA was founded in 1922 and is now celebrating 100 years of supporting the military. It is my pleasure to welcome to the podium Naval Academy class of 1985 and longtime USAA Academy Relationship Advisor for the Naval Academy, Captain Paul McElroy.
Thanks for that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. It's exciting to be here back in Philadelphia and getting ready for the 123rd Army-Navy game. While I'm representing USAA today, I'm also a proud 1985 graduate of the Naval Academy and a 30-year veteran of the United States Navy. Back in 1981, as a plebe in the 13th Company, I was a part of the first game ball run. You might have heard about that, coming up here to Philadelphia. Of course, I was a plebe then, so I got the midnight shift to run. That was exciting. And remember my classmate trying to keep me awake by telling me beat Army jokes. I was going to insert a beat Army joke in here, but I surveyed the crowd, and I decided someone might not appreciate it. But anyway, the whole semester leading up to the game, including Spirit Week and the run, were all really exciting events for me that culminated in the game itself and ended up in a tie that year. So as you were talking about, both won. We didn't feel like we won. But I think that building anticipation and excitement are very similar to what present-day midshipmen and cadets are experiencing today. On behalf of our CEO, Wayne Peacock, it's an honor to join you in celebrating these cadets and midshipmen as a company founded by and for the military. USA feels privileged to be a part of the Army-Navy family. There's nothing that can compare to the Army-Navy rivalry. It is truly special. There aren't two fan bases, especially the midshipmen and cadets, more passionate about their teams and schools, nor two that have more respect for each other. It's this balance between wanting to beat each other out on the field and still recognizing a shared sense of commitment and service that makes this one of the most sacred rivalries in sports. That's really what makes the rivalry so special, in my opinion, and different. For the 123rd time, these storied institutions will meet on the football field. One will win, one will lose. At least there won't be a tie this year. But we're all better off because when the final whistle blows and graduation comes, these young men and women will take their place as future leaders of this great nation. Thank you very much. Beat Army.
See that the captain couldn't help it at the end. Couldn't resist. Thank you. The academies would also like to recognize the game's participating partners. Chevrolet, the official vehicle of America's Game. The Exchange on-base and online retail service. And two new partners to the game this year. Duke Cannon Supply and Palantir Technologies, the official software partner of America's Game. They've all made a tremendous commitment to Army, Navy, and the academies offer their sincere appreciation for the support. Of course, all eyes will be on our city when these two teams meet for America's Game. Festivities will be taking place all throughout the city, including the big pet rally at Liberty Place next Friday. That's something you want to check out, something to behold for sure. There's also the Army-Navy Gala at Pennsylvania Convention Center, and the 14th annual Patriot Games competitions between teams of cadets and midshipmen. This is also the 15th year of the Red, White, and U program, which, thanks to support from the Philadelphia business community, will allow 350 young people from Philadelphia and Camden JROTC programs to attend the game. We have some of those impressive young cadets from the Philadelphia School District on hand with us. I'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized, please. Thank you. I had a chance to talk to Dante earlier. He was giving me some fashion tips. Yeah, there you go. Also, once again this year, through a partnership with the Travis Manion Foundation, we're delighted to join in hosting a number of true heroes next weekend. A large group of wounded warriors and Gold Star families who will be guests of the foundation at the game. And thanks to a new partnership with Operation Gratitude, USAA, and PHL Sports, we're very excited to announce the first ever Assembly Day to be held on Friday, December 9th, where 2,000 care packages will be assembled by volunteers at the Pennsylvania Convention Center to be sent to troops serving overseas. Amazing new program. All get behind that. So yes, there's a lot of things going on off the field. But of course, the stars will be the ones on the field between the white lines next Saturday. Let's talk some football. You know, this makes Jaws really happy. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite to the podium the Director of Athletics at the U.S. Naval Academy, Mr. Chet Glatchuk.
Well, thank you, every being here. It's wonderful to see some familiar faces. And we mentioned about the 123rd year of the matchup. It's been 90 years in Philadelphia. And over those 90 years, it's been nothing but a great partnership. And it's because of the people that are in this room and represent the people that have come before you and the wonderful job that Philly does in every dimension of hosting this game. We couldn't be more appreciative. The mayor's office, whatever, it's really something special. Don, I see you in the background, and Larry, you've already been acknowledged, but it doesn't get any better than those two, the package, putting it together. When you think about logistics, you think about the detail that goes into managing something of this magnitude. You had two lead men right there that just are in the trenches, making so much happen. And one thing about the Army-Navy rivalry I think is interesting is that we focus on the game, which is the football game. But even though, again, it's a rabid rivalry for sure, when we get to the field on Saturday, there's a lot of back and forth and anxiety and determination, everything else that goes along with it, but that really spans the entire year. Our relationship with the Army is extraordinary. It's like no other relationship, I think, between two institutions in the country. Every year, ESPN puts together a poll, and they speak to the most respected rivalries in the nation. And when you think about maybe Auburn, Alabama, and Michigan State, you can think about anything out there that you want to throw in the mix. You think about Army-Navy and what it means to so many people across our country and throughout the world. Our alumni, Army and Navy alumni, are not parochial. They're not the people in Auburn, they're not the people in Alabama. They are international. And their interest and their investment, their emotional investment in this game is extraordinary. And we're so proud of the fact that not only does it come to a pinnacle on Saturday between two great institutions, great teams, great coaches, etc., and the world is made aware of how important it is to us, but it happens 23 times through the course of the year as well. We compete back and forth in an N-Star series in virtually everything that we offer. So the Army-Navy rivalry is alive. It's constant. It's year-round. It's ingrained in the fiber of who we are. It's why it's so special and why we appreciate the attention and the commitment you make to sustaining something that's so important to us. The other thing I wanted to say is that in a time that's changing now in intercollegiate athletics, you've seen it happen. You've seen all the transfer portals, and you've seen the things that are happening with NIL and name, image, and likeness. The thing that we'll hold on to at Army and Navy in perpetuity is the purity of amateurism. That's what these gentlemen and ladies represent. Amateurism in its finest form. They're in for the right reason. They compete because they love the game. They compete because of the values, the educational values that are derived from their experiences in the intercollegiate arena. And that'll never change in our institutions. Okay, we are there to commission officers, to prepare them for the fleet, and to be leaders to serve our nation. That is our objective. That's our goal. Once in a while, we'll have someone that may be just fine enough to be considered in the professional arena, but they too then will come back, and they still have an obligation to serve their country. So the mission is never lost in any of that which surrounds the game or surrounds the relationship. It's something that's extremely important to us. It's recognized in such a dignified way, and how much we appreciate the commitment you all make to making this a special event in Philly, and one of the wonderful places to play this game. Congratulations to Army. Many highlights of the course of the year. Kenny, our guys, many highlights of the course of the year, but it makes no difference what happened yesterday. It's over. I mean, all that is done is behind us. It's in the rearview mirror. What's going to happen right now is the next step. It's going to happen next Saturday with two great coaches, two great friends, two great institutions that will come together and lay it on the line for the reasons that you expect so much. So thanks for being here. Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Don. Thanks, media, Karen, Craig, everyone, Skip, all of you, Ron, Skip Dittman, everyone. We really appreciate it. We're really fired up about what's going to happen. Fired up about Philly rolling out again. The black and gold and the blue and gold carpet for us. We really appreciate that. And we'll be here with all the banners waving and the people in the highest level of enthusiasm and make it a day to be remembered. A bucket list day, as Ron mentioned. Now, there's anyone that has been more invested in this game. Think about this, 25 years. This gentleman has been part of the Army-Navy football game, 15 years as a head coach. There's no one that's more experienced than this gentleman that's going to come to the podium right now, and there's no one that we're more proud of the way he represents the Academy and leads our young men than Kenny Nimaltololo. Coach Ken, you're up.
Try to be quick, but thank you. I want to start off with first gratitude to the city of Philadelphia. Sheila, please tell the mayor thank you. PHL Sports, the the Philadelphia Eagles, this great venue. We're grateful to be here. Thank you very much. And our USA sponsors, thank you so much for that. Congratulations, Coach Monk, Connor, and you guys have had a great season. Markel. Unfortunately, I just came from watching tape with Markel. I was like, so I have to see him again. This guy's making tackles all over the place. So I was watching him this morning making tackles. But as I sat here, just thinking about just what as Chet talked about, first of all, to hear 123 years, and I've been here for 25 of them. I've been here a long time. I've been here a long time, but it doesn't take away how appreciative I am of having the great honor of representing one of these great institutions, the United States Naval Academy. It doesn't lose sight on me. I'm just very grateful. And our goal at our program may not be what people think. And our mission statement is in every room, in every office, everybody in the associate our program will know this. This is our mission, to develop young men of character and leadership. That is our mission. And other things, I believe if that's your mission, other things come. And I couldn't be more proud of the 3 young men that have been our captains. And just a little just meeting Connor and Markel, they're awesome young men too. But just so grateful for the development of them. As I've seen in this season, we're playing our best football right now, and we have to be, because this is going to be a dogfight. We know that. And the one thing that I know, as Chet talked about in this game, you throw out everything that happened before. None of it matters. None of it matters before the game. It doesn't matter what your records are. It doesn't matter. It just happens next week. But I'm so grateful for all of these young men and for their commitment and their service to their country. And I'll just close with this. In a time when our country is so divided, there's so much divisions in our country, the thing that I sat down as I listened to Sheila talk with all of her energy, it's just you have 2 institutions. Yes, we want to beat each other in the worst way in sports. And we want to get after each other in sports. But after this, they'll be together fighting for our country. And I've been here long enough that I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Former Navy SEALs, Rangers, and I associate with them how great of friends, and how one talked about, hey, they protected another person, how this person protected me in combat. And these are guys that played against each other on this field right here. And so again, it doesn't minimize from the competition. These guys on this table, they're all competitors, or would be here. Division I football is really, really hard. It's hard enough to go to a service academy, and then to take the courses that you take, and then you add on a Division I football. Those 5 guys sitting right there are some tough dudes, mentally and physically, and I have the utmost respect for them. But again, with all that goes on with our country, I believe that games like this for afternoon brings our country together, whatever side you're on. My brother was Lieutenant Colonel in the Army. And so whatever side you're on, you come and we fight, and we try to get after one another, but we recognize eventually we're the United States of America. Thank you guys very much. Ate too much cheesecake. I forgot the reason I'm supposed to come up here. Introduce our team captains. Bijan Nichols, I believe is the best kicker in the country. John Marshall, our safety, just got voted first team All-American in our conference, the only unanimous on both sides of the ball. And our captain of captains, Kip Franklin. And it's a great honor because when you go to a service academy, they're all leaders. All of these guys have been team captains in school and high school. And Kip was voted captain of captains at the United States Naval Academy, voted on by his peers of other teams. So probably one of the greatest honors that I can think for our football team, that one of our brothers is a captain of captains, Kip Franklin.
Hello, thank you all for having me. It's truly a blessing to be here. Truly, God has blessed us to travel through this weather. Made it here safe. Made it here on time. Just like point out to the Lord. The Lord has given us this day. This is beautiful. Secondly, we'd like to thank, as the Brotherhood Football, the coach, like Coach said, City of Philadelphia, PHO Sports, the Eagles, and USA for having us. What a tremendous event to come break bread, socialize, get ready for this game. It's truly an honor. Coach and boys, congrats on a great season. I'll be watching already. We're watching film. We're excited for this great game. guys are too. And then Mr. Kraetzer, coach, and the boys, just thank you for all y'all's support throughout the year. What a year it's been. Wouldn't have a senior year with any other people, any other way. Just with you guys leading us and being with us. It's been awesome. And lastly, just thank everyone in this room for supporting us. This game is a beautiful game. We wouldn't be here without it. Just getting recruited here to come join this game and be here is truly special. And I thank you all for making it so special. Go Navy, beat Army.
All right, well done, guys. Now please join me in welcoming the Director of Athletics at the U.S. Military Academy, Mr. Mike Buddy.
Thanks, Don. Thanks for hosting. Jaws, thanks for your energy. It's always good to see that. So I'm in my 4th year at Army West Point, so I got 21 more to go to catch up to Coach Ken. But this is the first time I've come to the same venue a second time. And there's a great comfort in seeing familiar faces. There's a great comfort in knowing that this is a plug-and-play venue. And by that I mean everybody here knows how to embrace this game, whether you're downtown, whether you're at the venue, whether you're tailgating in the parking lot. And I know Larry and Don and PHL Sports do such a great job of embracing this game, and we're thrilled to be back. And what a perfect Army-Navy game weather day we're having. I think rain or snow is mandatory for anything that involves these two academies. I'm really glad that Chet mentioned how we operate our business. We've been telling this story a lot, and our nation, from a collegiate athletics perspective right now, needs more people telling the stories, whether it's embracing amateurism, whether it's focusing on education and scholarship and character. Those words are not being used very often outside of these academies and a few select other schools. Name, image, and likeness, these young men all have their name on their tape, on their breast. And what an image they present for our country in a time when we need it the most. Really excited. You would imagine in the world of the transfer portal, the kids would be fleeing the academies left and right. And miraculously, that's not the case at all. These young men, in this case, young women as well, who compete for both academies, they're choosing their institutions for the right reasons. And for that reason, I feel like I have the best job in the country. To work with these young people every day the way we get to is a phenomenal way to raise children and to pursue a professional career. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to be in this position. Certainly want to thank the Mayor's office for being here. We appreciate it. For those who prepared our food, it was wonderful as always. We're really excited to get back to playing football. It's not going to be a tie. It's not, this is American football, thank God. Somebody is going to win. I certainly hope and pray that it will be us. I'm here to introduce our head football coach, and for us, it starts at the top. Another reason I feel like I have the best job in the country is because I rest well every night, knowing that our coaches care about our young people as individuals. I know that they understand the great weight of representing these academies, and Coach Luncheon certainly does that in a top rate. This is his 9th year at Army. Very fortunate this year to have a couple milestones. One is he became the 2nd winningest coach in the history of Army football, which is no small feat. Also crossed the century mark in career wins. He's at 101 and counting, so we expect another 100 representing the Black Knights. And with that, I will turn it over to our head football coach, Jeff Mungan.
Good afternoon. I'll also share my thanks with the city of Philadelphia. Sheila, thanks for being here in place of Mayor Kenny, and know how important it is he is there to serve the city in that way at the funeral. USAA, Jaws, Ron Jaworski. I tell him every year I grew up watching him play. I don't mean to age you like that, but man, what a career. The Philadelphia Eagles and Lincoln Financial Field, just an incredible venue, and we are so privileged and proud to be able to play here. We've got our team captains here, Marquel Broughton, who's from the Atlanta area, has been a 2-time team captain for us, and 1st Regimental Commander, which is at the Academy. Not easy to balance. You got a heavy class load, you're playing Division I football, and you're a regimental commander, which is 25% of our institution. So the Corps of Cadets, about 4,400 students, so he is the commander of about 1,100 of our cadets. So just doing a great job leading, not only on the football field, but in the Corps of Cadets as well. And then Connor Bishop, who's from right here in Bucks County, who's our center, and those two guys are our team captains. Really proud to have those guys here. Outstanding young men, as are all the young men that play in this game, and for all the reasons that you've heard, the commitment that they make to this nation, to their teams, to their institutions. And I'll say on behalf of our academy, the Corps of Cadets, the Long Gray Line, Lieutenant General Steve Gillen, who's our superintendent, Mike Buddy, our athletics director, just how proud we all are to be a part of this game, to be a part of the Army-Navy game. There is no rivalry like it, and there are a lot of great rivalries, and we've been watching them over the last few weeks, and we'll see some more as the season goes along here. But this game and all of the young men that play on this field and all of the students, cadets, midshipmen, their classmates that they represent on the field, all have made a commitment to serve our nation and perhaps pay the ultimate price for all of those that watch and for those like me that didn't serve, and how proud I am to be able to lead these young men and be a part of these teams. So we're grateful for this venue and this opportunity today just to be able to share our teams and these young men with the city of Philadelphia. We're looking forward to the trip back here in 2 weeks. We know it's going to be a hard-fought battle, and it'll be a lot of fun, as it always is, and hopefully it'll be an opportunity for Army to get another win. We're going to fight as hard as we can. We know it's going to be a battle, as Coach Ken said. It's a battle every year, but we're excited to come back. And I'm going to introduce Marquel Broughton, both captains here, but Marquel has been a 2-time captain for us. And as I said, just the respect that he's gained on our campus is reflected in him being a regimental commander this year. So, Marquel Broughton.
How everyone doing today? Thank you guys for all being here. I'm very thankful to be here. This is a great opportunity. I know our team is happy, very happy just to be able to represent First Division, or First Armored Division this weekend, well next weekend. But we're just thankful for this. We're thankful to be here, and I mean, where else would we want to be? You know, this is where we're at, and it's a great opportunity. So with that, I would like to thank Mr. Jaworski, the city of Philly, just for hosting us. I remember my years here, my freshman year, and it was amazing. You know, just being able to be at the Army-Navy game and experience something that I watched in previous years. Next, I would like to thank the mayor's office. I love your enthusiasm. Pumps us up. Thank you for that. PHL Sports for today's luncheon. The food was amazing. I know everyone can attest to that. You know, USA and then Navy Athletics for also working with us to get this going. Go Army, be Navy.
Thanks to the coaches and captains. One thing we know for sure, no ties. No ties. Well, lastly here, I want to say, a thank you, obviously, to the academies, the Eagles, the city, the Convention Bureau, and PHL Sports. Everyone who is working so hard to make this game shine and be exactly what it is. So, with that, I want to say thank you so much for showing up here to the luncheon. Everyone get back safely, and we are all looking forward to the 123rd Army-Navy game.